Okay, you've seen the headlines, everybody. People fleeing big cities like Los Angeles, New York, even here in Chicago, heading for smaller towns. Well, numbers from the Economic Innovation Group showing around 2 million people moved from metropolitan areas between 2020 and 2022. You got cost of living, quality of life, crime, of course, some of the obvious reasons. But big city versus small town values are also coming into play here, too. A new op-ed in the Washington Post argues, quote, "Forget small town values. We need candidates with big city values." So let's break this down. Joining me this morning, we have Cosme Advisor owner, Riyadh Cosme, and then Heritage Action Executive Director, Jessica Anderson. Thank you both for being here. Obviously, Riyadh is joining us in person. Jessica, you're at home. Riyadh, I want to start with you. You're defending the big guys here, the big cities. You're obviously in Chicago. Big city in America's heartland. Define big city values, if you will.
No, I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Marki, and welcome to Chicago.
Thank you.
What I would say to you is I don't really believe there's a small town value and big city values. What I do believe, these are American values. And what people need to recognize, even in big cities such as this, there are many people who are transplants. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, over 80% of Americans live in big cities or urban areas. And so what that means to me is you've got a very diverse group of perspectives here, and everyone's committed to doing a few things. One, providing for their families, putting food on the table, and on top of that, a roof over their head. So to me, there is no difference between small city and big city values. At the end of the day, they're American values, and we all want to be able to help our families.
Yeah, and I've been eager to break this down because I consider myself a good mix of both. Jessica, I want to bring you in now. You say Americans yearn for the small towns because they represent what the big cities have lost. Explain what you mean by that, and how do you define small town values?
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me this morning. This is a great conversation to have because everyone is right. Yes, of course, there are people from small towns and big cities that make up America. That's what's great. But when politicians talk about bringing back small town values, they're talking about the values around the dinner table: families, jobs, opportunity. These are the things that big cities actually used to represent. You left a small town to move to a big city for that opportunity, for that job and economic growth. Now we have cities all across the country that are plagued by drugs, homelessness, bad schools, corruption. And so it's not surprising to see the exodus from these big cities and wanting something better. And of course, maybe that's where we land in this new Florida, where there's this big cosmopolitan mix of city folks and small town folks. But this trope of going back to the values that made our small towns so great is very much still alive and well within the Republican base today.
And Riyadh, you know, this opinion piece that we read, it argues that Americans would benefit from politicians with big city values. But when you read that, do you think is it big city values or is it big city experience? You know, what is it here actually?
That's actually a very, very good point and good perspective. I do think it's a big city experience. And the reason why is, again, you have a multitude of different kinds of people. All the different races, all the different cultures, all different education, all different economic opportunities and backgrounds. And with that, you get the opportunity to be able to experience and walk in the shoes of other people that you may not necessarily get to see elsewhere in a suburb or rural America. But what I do want to add here, because this literally is how Joe Biden won in 2020 and how I believe he's going to win again in 2024, but also in addition to that, how Democrats kept the Senate. What they did is they focused on the fact of, like the other guest said, putting food on the table and roofs over our heads. What I like to say of how that relates to big cities is that, yes, we all want to do that, but in these big cities, there is going to be heightened opportunities for gun violence, drug use,
just because how many
everything,
people?
Because there's so many people in a small area, a dense population. Right. But on top of that density, this is the issue, what people tend to forget. These same issues are occurring in small towns and suburbs around the country. If you look at drug use, use of guns, if we talk about all these mass shootings that are happening, these aren't happening in downtown or big city America. These are happening in places that sometimes some people have tend to forgotten and have tried to isolate and say only these things are happening in big city America. Add the opiate epidemic. The opiate epidemic is existing in rural America.
Yes, I'm from Oklahoma, and it's just raging there. So it's a fantastic point. We have about a minute left. Jessica, and one more question for you. The author of this op-ed also cites a study from Cornell University that says, quote, rural America is sometimes viewed as a kind of safe deposit box that stores America's fundamental values. Do you think that's true?
Well, what I think is true is that the values that small towns espouse are something that all Americans should want to have: supporting the family, having a good education, having jobs, opportunity, and that sense of community where you know your neighbors. When was the last time anyone in a big city actually knew their neighbors streets over? There's not that same sort of cohesion that you find from like a 4th of July parade or picnic. And so it's very natural to talk about wanting that and yearning that, and then actually bring that into the cities, bring that into the government, leave behind the city politics that actually are a lot of times based around corruption and greed. And then, of course, the people end up failing as a result of it.
And Riyadh, I'll leave the last word for you. If the big cities are so great, the big city values, big city experience, whatever, why are so many people leaving? You know, we named those things off the top, you know, the crime, cost of living. I also imagine between the years 2020, 22, you have COVID. But why are people leaving then?
Yeah, I think if we take out, right, that anomaly of COVID, it is a cost of living issue. I mean, that's a fact. We can see in all these big cities, costs are increasing, and in America, costs are increasing. But what I would like to say again is 80% of the population live in these areas. So even if the population is going down slightly in some of these places, that's not the case in all big city America.
All right, Riyadh Kazmi and Jessica Anderson, thank you so much for joining us this morning. A pleasure to have you in studio. Jessica, happy Friday. Happy weekend to you as well.